Jump to content. Main menu. Main menu. Move to sidebar hide. Navigation. Main page. Contents. Current events. Random article. About Wikipedia. Contact us. Contribute. Help. Learn to edit. Community portal. Recent changes. Upload file. Search. Search. Appearance. Donate. Create account. Login. Personal tools. Donate. Create account. Login. Pages for logged out editors. Learn more. Contributions. Talk. Contents. Move to sidebar hide. Top. 1 Prehistory. 2 Ancient Near East. 3 Ancient Greece. 4 Scythians. 5 Ancient Rome. 6 Albanians. 7 Celtic peoples. 8 Germanic peoples. 9 Abrahamic traditions. Toggle Abrahamic traditions subsection. 9.1 Judaism. 9.2 Christianity. 9.3 Islam. 10 Hinduism. Toggle Hinduism subsection. 10.1 Shaktism traditions. 10.2 Rajput traditions. 10.3 Folk traditions. 10.4 Tantric traditions. 11 East Asian traditions. Toggle East Asian traditions subsection. 11.1 Han Chinese. 11.1.1 Ancient China. 11.1.2 Modern Day China. 11.2 Japan. 12 Traditional Sub-Saharan and Afro-American religions. 13 Austronesian. Toggle Austronesian subsection. 13.1 Uchucks. 14 See also. 15 Notes. 16 References. Toggle References subsection. 16.1 Bibliography. Toggle the table of contents. Animal sacrifice. 23 languages. Català. Kaishona. Deutsch. Espanol. Esperanto. Bahasa Indonesia. Netherlands. Portuguese. Svenska. Turks. Tingvit. Edit links. Article. Talk. English. Read. Edit. View history. Tools. Tools. Move to sidebar hide. Actions. Read. Edit. View history. General. What links here? Related changes. Upload file. Special pages. Permanent link. Page information. Cite this page. Get shortened URL. Download QR code. Expand all. Edit interlineage links. Print /export. Download as PDF. Printable version. In other projects. Wikimedia Commons. Wiki News. Wikicode. Wikidata item. Appearance. Move to sidebar hide. Text. Small. Standard. Large. This page always uses small font size. Width. Standard. Wide. The content is as wide as possible for your browser window. Color, beta. Automatic. Light. Dark. This page is always in light mode. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Ritual. Sacrifice of a pig in ancient Greece, Tondo from an Attic red figure cup, 510–500 BCE, by the Epidromos painter, collections of the Louvre. Animal sacrifice is the ritual killing and offering of animals, usually as part of a religious ritual or to appease or maintain favor with a deity. Animal sacrifices were common throughout Europe and the ancient Near East until the spread of Christianity in late antiquity, and continue in some cultures or religions today. Human sacrifice, where it existed, was always much rarer. All or only part of a sacrificial animal may be offered. Some cultures, like the ancient and modern Greeks, eat most of the edible parts of the sacrifice in a feast, and burnt the rest as an offering. Others burnt the whole animal offering, called a holocaust. Usually, the best animal or best share of the animal is the one presented for offering. Animal sacrifice should generally be distinguished from the religiously prescribed methods of ritual slaughter of animals for normal consumption as food. One of the altars at the Monte Dio Codi in Sardinia, where animal sacrifice may have occurred. During the Neolithic Revolution, early humans began to move from hunter-gatherer cultures toward agriculture, leading to the spread of animal domestication. In a theory presented in Homo Necans, mythologist Walter Burkert suggests that the ritual sacrifice of livestock may have developed as a continuation of ancient hunting rituals, as livestock replaced wild game in the food supply. 1. Prehistory. Edit. Ancient Egypt was at the forefront of domestication, and some of the earliest archaeological evidence suggesting animal sacrifice comes from Egypt. However, animal sacrifice was not a central practice of Egyptian religion, but was rather a peripheral occurrence that happened away from worshippers. 2. The oldest Egyptian burial sites containing animal remains originate from the Badari culture of Upper Egypt, which flourished between 4400 and 4000 BCE. 3. Sheep and goats were found buried in their own graves at one site, while at another site gazelles were found at the feet of several human burials. 3. At a cemetery uncovered at Hierakonpolis and dated to 3000 BCE, the remains of a much wider variety of animals were found, including non-domestic species such as baboons and hippopotami, which may have been sacrificed in honor of powerful former citizens or buried near their former owners. 4. According to Herodotus, later dynastic Egyptian animal sacrifice became restricted to livestock sheep, cattle, swine and geese with sets of rituals and rules to describe each type of sacrifice. 5. By the end of the Copper Age in 3000 BCE, animal sacrifice had become a common practice across many cultures, and appeared to have become more generally restricted to domestic livestock. At Gath, archaeological evidence indicates that the Canaanites imported sacrificial sheep and goats from Egypt rather than selecting from their own livestock. 6. At the Monte Dio Codi in Sardinia, one of the earliest known sacred centers in Europe, evidence of the sacrifice of sheep, cattle and swine has been uncovered by excavations, and it is indicated that ritual sacrifice may have been common across Italy around 3000 BCE and afterwards. 7. At the Minoan settlement of Phaistos in ancient Crete, excavations have revealed basins for animal sacrifice dating to the period 2000 to 1700 BCE. 8. However, remains of a young goat were found in Cueva de la Dehesela, a cave in Spain, related to a funerary ritual from the Middle Neolithic period, dated to between 4800 and 4000 BCE. 9. Ancient Near East. Edit. Animal sacrifice was general among the ancient Near Eastern civilizations of ancient Mesopotamia, Egypt and Persia, as well as the Hebrews, covered below. Unlike the Greeks, who had worked out a justification for keeping the best edible parts of the sacrifice for the assembled humans to eat, in these cultures the whole animal was normally placed on the fire by the altar and burned, or sometimes it was buried. 10. Ancient Greece. Edit. a bull is led to the altar of Athena, whose image is at right. Vase, c. 545 BCE. Worship in ancient Greek religion typically consisted of sacrificing domestic animals at the altar with hymn and prayer. The altar was outside any temple building, and might not be associated with a temple at all. The animal, which should be perfect of its kind, is decorated with garlands and the like, and led in procession to the altar, a girl with a basket on her head containing the concealed knife leading the way. After various rituals, the animal is slaughtered over the altar. As it falls, all the women present must cry out in high, shrill tones. Its blood is collected and poured over the altar. It is butchered on the spot and various internal organs, bones and other inedible parts burnt as the deity's portion of the offering, while the meat is removed to be prepared for the participants to eat, the leading figures tasting it on the spot. The temple usually kept the skin, to sell to tanners. The fact that the humans got more use from the sacrifice than the deity had not escaped the Greeks, and is often the subject of humor in Greek comedy. 11. The animals used are, in order of preference, bull or ox, cow, sheep, the most common, goat, pig, with piglet the cheapest mammal, and poultry, but rarely other birds or fish. 12. Horses and asses are seen on some vases in the geometric style, 907-50 BCE, but are very rarely mentioned in literature. They were relatively late introductions to Greece, and it has been suggested that Greek preferences in this matter go very far back. The Greeks liked to believe that the animal was glad to be sacrificed, and interpreted various behaviors as showing this. Divination by examining parts of the sacrificed animal was much less important than in Roman or Etruscan religion, or Near Eastern religions, but was practiced, especially of the liver, and as part of the cult of Apollo. Generally, the Greeks put more faith in observing the behavior of birds. 13. For a smaller and simpler offering, a grain of incense could be thrown on the sacred fire. 14. And outside the cities farmers made simple sacrificial gifts of plant produce as the first fruits were harvested. 15. Although the grand form of sacrifice called the hecatomb, meaning 100 bulls, might in practice only involve a dozen or so, at large festivals the number of cattle sacrificed could run into the hundreds, and the numbers feasting on them well into the thousands. The enormous Hellenistic structures of the altar of Hieron and Pergamon altar were built for such occasions. Sacrifice of a lamb on a pitzer panel, Corinth, 545-30 BCE. The evidence of the existence of such practices is clear in some ancient Greek literature, especially in Homer's epics. Throughout the poems, the use of the ritual is apparent at banquets where meat is served, in times of danger or before some important endeavor to gain the favor of the gods. For example, in Homer's Odyssey Eumaeus sacrifices a pig with prayer for his unrecognizable master Odysseus. However, in Homer's Iliad, which partly reflects very early Greek civilization, not every banquet of the princes begins with a sacrifice. 16. These sacrificial practices, described in these pre-Homeric eras, share commonalities to the 8th century forms of sacrificial rituals. Furthermore, throughout the poem, special banquets are held whenever gods indicated their presence by some sign or success in war. Before setting out for Troy, this type of animal sacrifice is offered. Odysseus offers Zeus a sacrificial ram in vain. The occasions of sacrifice in Homer's epic poems may shed some light onto the view of the gods as members of society, rather than as external entities, indicating social ties. Sacrificial rituals played a major role in forming the relationship between humans and the divine. 17. It has been suggested that the chthonic deities, distinguished from Olympic deities by typically being offered the Holocaust mode of sacrifice, where the offering is wholly burnt, may be remnants of the native pre-Hellenic religion, and that many of the Olympian deities may come from the Proto-Greeks who overran the southern part of the Balkan Peninsula in the late 3rd millennium BCE. 18. In the Hellenistic period after the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BCE, several new philosophical movements began to question the ethics of animal sacrifice. 19. Scythians. Edit. According to the unique account by the Greek author Herodotus, c. 484–c. 425 BCE, the Scythians sacrificed various kinds of livestock, though the most prestigious offering was considered to be the horse. The pig, on the other hand, was never offered in sacrifice, and apparently the Scythians were loath to keep swine within their lands. 20. Herodotus describes the Scythian manner of sacrifice as follows. The victim stands with its forefeet tied, and the sacrificing priest stands behind the victim, and by pulling the end of the cord he throws the beast down, and as the victim falls, he calls upon the god to whom he is sacrificing, and then at once throws a noose round its neck, and putting a small stick into it he turns it round and so strangles the animal, without either lighting a fire or making any first offering from the victim or pouring any libation over it, and when he has strangled it and flayed off the skin, he proceeds to boil it. Then when the flesh is boiled, the sacrificer takes a first offering of the flesh and of the vital organs and casts it in front of him. 21. Herodotus goes on to describe the human sacrifice of prisoners, conducted in a different manner. Ancient Rome. Edit. Procession of the Sua Vittorilia with the pig, sheep, and bull to be sacrificed, on a panel from Trajan's column. Further information, Sua Vittorilia, October horse, Taurobolium, and Haruspice. The most potent offering in ancient Roman religion was animal sacrifice, typically of domesticated animals such as cattle, sheep and pigs. Each was the best specimen of its kind, cleansed, clad in sacrificial regalia and garlanded. The horns of oxen might be gilded. Sacrifice sought the harmonization of the earthly and divine, so the victim must seem willing to offer its own life on behalf of the community, it must remain calm and be quickly and cleanly dispatched. 22. Preparation of an animal sacrifice, marble, fragment of an architectural relief, first quarter of the 2nd century AD, from Rome, Italy. Sacrifice to deities of the heavens, dei superi, gods above, was performed in daylight, and under the public gaze. Deities of the upper heavens required white, infertile victims of their own sex, Juno a white heifer, possibly a white cow, Jupiter a white, castrated ox, Bos Mars, for the annual oath-taking by the consuls. Dei superi with strong connections to the earth, such as Mars, Janus, Neptune and various genii including the emperors were offered fertile victims. After the sacrifice, a banquet was held. In state cults, the images of honored deities took pride of place on banqueting couches and by means of the sacrificial fire consumed their proper portion, exter, the innards. Rome's officials and priests reclined in order of precedence alongside and ate the meat. Lesser citizens may have had to provide their own. 23. Chthonic gods such as Dispater, the dei inferi, gods below, and the collective shades of the departed, dei manes, were given dark, fertile victims in nighttime rituals. Animal sacrifice usually took the form of a holocaust or burnt offering, and there was no shared banquet, as the living cannot share a meal with the dead. 24. Ceres and other underworld goddesses of fruitfulness were sometimes offered pregnant female animals. Tellus was given a pregnant cow at the Phordycidia festival. Color had a general symbolic value for sacrifices. Demigods and heroes, who belonged to the heavens and the underworld, were sometimes given black and white victims. Robigo, or Robigus, was given red dogs and libations of red wine at the Robigalia for the protection of crops from blight and red mildew. 23. A sacrifice might be made in thanksgiving or as an expiation of a sacrilege or potential sacrilege. Piaculum, winking sad smiley. 25. A piaculum might also be offered as a sort of advance payment. The Arval brethren, for instance, offered a piaculum before entering their sacred grove with an iron implement, which was forbidden, as well as after. 26. The pig was a common victim for a piaculum. 27. Torabolium ex voto altar dedicated to the Mother of the Gods on behalf of the Emperor's well-being, set up by a priest in Roman Gaul, CIL 12.1569. The same divine agencies who caused disease or harm also had the power to avert it, and so might be placated in advance. Divine consideration might be sought to avoid the inconvenient delays of a journey, or encounters with banditry, piracy and shipwreck, with due gratitude to be rendered on safe arrival or return. In times of great crisis, the Senate could decree collective public rites, in which Rome's citizens, including women and children, moved in procession from one temple to the next, supplicating the gods. 28. Extraordinary circumstances called for extraordinary sacrifice. In one of the many crises of the Second Punic War, Jupiter Capitolinus was promised every animal born that spring, Siva Sacrum, to be rendered after 5 more years of protection from Hannibal and his allies. 29. The contract with Jupiter is exceptionally detailed. All due care would be taken of the animals. If any died or were stolen before the scheduled sacrifice, they would count as already sacrificed, since they had already been consecrated. Normally, if the gods failed to keep their side of the bargain, the offered sacrifice would be withheld. In the imperial period, sacrifice was withheld following Trajan's death because the gods had not kept the emperor safe for the stipulated period. 30. In Pompeii, the genius of the living emperor was offered a bull, presumably a standard practice in imperial cult, though minor offerings, incense and wine, were also made. 31. The extra were the entrails of a sacrificed animal, comprising in Cicero's enumeration the gallbladder, fel, liver, ichor, heart, core, and lungs, pulmones. 32. The extra were exposed for laudatio, divine approval, as part of Roman liturgy, but were read in the context of the Disciplina Etrusca. As a product of Roman sacrifice, the extra and blood are reserved for the gods, while the meat, viscera, is shared among human beings in a communal meal. The extra of bovine victims were usually stewed in a pot, olla or olla, while those of sheep or pigs were grilled on skewers. When the deity's portion was cooked, it was sprinkled with mola salsa, ritually prepared salted flour, and wine, then placed in the fire on the altar for the offering. The technical verb for this action was porisseria. 33. Albanians. Edit. Further information, Albanian paganism. Animal sacrifices, Albanian, the rim ritual slaughtering and flea sacrifice, have been common practices performed by Albanians during their feasts and ritual pilgrimages on mountain tops. 34. Animal sacrifices for new buildings is a pagan practice widespread among Albanians. 35. 36. At the beginning of the construction of the new house, the foundation traditionally starts with prayers, in a lucky day, facing the sun, daily, starting after sunrise, during the growing moon, hina, and an animal is slaughtered as a sacrifice. 37. The practice continues with variations depending on the Albanian ethnographic area. For instance, in Opoj the sacrificed animal is placed on the foundation, with its head placed towards the east, where the sun rises. 35. In Braitage the blood of the sacrificed animal is poured during the slaughter in the corner that was on the east side, where the sun rises. In order for the house to stand and for good luck, the owner of the house throws silver or golden coins in the same corner of the house. The lady of the house throws their unwashed wool. These things are to remain buried in the foundation of the house that is being built. The relatives of the house owner throw money on the foundation of the house as well, but that money is taken by the craftsman who builds the house. In Debra, a ram is slaughtered at the foundation, and the head of the ram is placed on the foundation. 37. In the Ledger Highlands, a ram or a rooster is slaughtered on the foundation and then their heads are buried there. The owners of the house throw coins as well as seeds of different plants on the foundation. 37. On the occasion of the beginning of ploughing the wheat field, a chicken is slaughtered on the tail of the plough. The head of the chicken is mixed with the seed and the earth obtained from the first pass of the ploughing. Those animal sacrifices are made for soil fertility and production, prosperity, health of the animals, etc. 35. According to an old Albanian custom practiced until recently in various villages in Timor, Merdita, and perhaps also in other areas, from the middle of May, families with a lot of cattle slaughtered young cattle as sacrifices in order to make the earth fertile, so that the cattle would not be harmed during the summer and would have abundant milk during the harvest time in the mountains. Such a ritual burial ceremony was also found among other Balkan peoples, and it has been interpreted as a trace of the cult of an agricultural deity, for it was a sacrifice that allowed the renewal of the products of the soil, giving force to the vegetation of the fields, trees and vines. 38. Celtic peoples. Edit. There is evidence that ancient Celtic people sacrificed animals, almost always livestock or working animals, as part of ancient Celtic religion. 39. The idea seems to have been that ritually transferring a life force to the other world pleased the gods and established a channel of communication between the worlds. Animal sacrifices could be acts of thanksgiving, appeasement, to ask for good health and fertility, or as a means of divination. It seems that some animals were offered wholly to the gods, by burying or burning, while some were shared between gods and humans, part eaten and part set aside. 39. Archaeologists have found evidence of animal sacrifice at some Gaulish and British sanctuaries, 40, and at the Irish site Uisneach. 41. Accounts of Celtic animal sacrifice come from Roman and Greek writers. Julius Caesar and Strabo wrote of the Gauls burning animal sacrifices in a large wickerwork figure, known as a wicker man, 42, while Pliny the Elder wrote of Druids performing a ritual of oak and mistletoe which involved sacrificing 2 white bulls. 43. Some animal sacrifice or ritual slaughter continued among Celtic peoples long after they converted to Christianity. Until the 19th century, on St. Martin's Day, the 11th of November, in rural Ireland a rooster, goose or sheep would be slaughtered and some of its blood sprinkled on the threshold of the house. It was offered to St. Martin, 44, and was eaten as part of a feast. 45. Bull sacrifices at the time of the Lugnasa festival were recorded as late as the 18th century at Coisfharage in Ireland, where they were offered to Crom Dubh, and at Loch Mary in Scotland, where they were offered to Saint Maelruba. 46. Germanic peoples. Edit. Further information, Germanic paganism. Animal sacrifice, or blot, was an important ritual in Old Norse religion. The blood was sprinkled on altars, idols and the walls of temples. A blot was made at seasonal festivals as well as at funerals, before battles and perilous journeys, or after the conclusion of business between traders. 47. In the 11th century, Adam of Bremen wrote that human and animal sacrifices were made at the temple at Gamla Uppsala in Sweden. He wrote that every 9th year, 9 men and 9 of every animal were sacrificed and their bodies hung in a sacred grove. 48. Abrahamic traditions. Edit. See also, Jewish and Islamic ritual slaughter. Judaism. Edit. Main articles, slaughter offering and korban. In Judaism, the korban is any of a variety of sacrificial offerings described and commanded in the Torah. The most common usages are animal sacrifice, zevah shalamim, the peace offering, and olah, the holocaust or burnt offering. A korban was an animal sacrifice, such as a bull, sheep, goat, or a dove that underwent shechitah, Jewish ritual slaughter. Sacrifices could also consist of grain, meal, wine, or incense. 49:50. The Hebrew Bible says that Yahweh commanded the Israelites to offer offerings and sacrifices on various altars. The sacrifices were only to be offered by the hands of the Kohanim. Before building the temple in Jerusalem, when the Israelites were in the desert, sacrifices were offered only in the tabernacle. After building Solomon's temple, sacrifices were allowed only there. After the temple was destroyed, sacrifices was resumed when the second temple was built until it was also destroyed in 70 CE. After the destruction of the second temple, sacrifices were prohibited because there was no longer a temple, the only place allowed by halakha for sacrifices. Offering of sacrifices was briefly reinstated during the Jewish-Roman Wars of the 2nd century CE and was continued in certain communities thereafter. 51, 49, 52. The Samaritans, a group historically related to the Jews, practice animal sacrifice in accordance with the law of Moses. 53. Christianity. Edit. Matter of a rooster at the entrance of a monastery church, Alavadi, Armenia, 2009, with inset of bloody steps. Christmas goat sacrifice in Isla de Margarita, Venezuela. Further information, Lamb of God. Christianity has long opposed all forms of animal sacrifice, and the practice's very possibility has been generally rejected as unreasonable and hostile to Christian theology. 54. Most Christian denominations believe that the sacrificial death of Jesus Christ permanently abolished animal sacrifice, primarily based on the teaching in the Epistle to the Hebrews that Jesus was the Lamb of God to whom all ancient sacrifices pointed. 55. Most Christians believe that the bloodless sacrifice of the Eucharist, or Lord's Supper, entirely replaces the Old Testament system of sacrifices. 54. Consequently, animal sacrifice is rarely practiced in Christianity. A handful of rural Christian communities sacrifice animals, which are then consumed in a feast, as part of worship, especially at Easter. The animal may be brought into the church before being taken out again and killed. Some villages in Greece sacrifice animals to Orthodox saints in a practice known as Korbania. Sacrifice of a lamb, or less commonly a rooster, is a common practice in Armenian Church, 10, and the Tewahedo Church of Ethiopia and Eritrea. This tradition, called matat, is believed to stem from pre-Christian pagan rituals. Additionally, some Mayans following a form of folk Catholicism in Mexico today still sacrifice animals in conjunction with church practices, a ritual practiced in past religions before the arrival of the Spaniards. 56. Islam. Edit. Main articles, Kurban, Islamic ritual sacrifice, and Eid al-Adha. Muslims engaged in the Hajj, pilgrimage, are obliged to sacrifice a lamb or a goat or join others in sacrificing a cow or a camel during the celebration of the Eid al-Adha. 57, 58, an Arabic term that means feast of sacrifice, also known as al-Eid al-Kabir, great feast, or Kurban Bayrami, sacrifice feast, in Turkic-influenced cultures, Bakar Eid, goat feast, in Indian subcontinent and Rere Kurban in Indonesia. 59. Other Muslims not on the Hajj to Mecca also participate in this sacrifice wherever they are, on the 10th day of the 12th lunar month in the Islamic calendar. 59. It is understood as a symbolic reenactment of Abraham's sacrifice of a ram in place of his son. Meat from this occasion is divided into 3 parts. One part is kept by the sacrificing family for food, the other gifted to friends and family, and the third given to the poor Muslims. The sacrificed animal is a sheep, goat, cow or camel. The feast follows a communal prayer at a mosque or open air. 59, 60. Cattle sacrifice at Eid. The animal sacrifice during the Hajj is a part of 9-step pilgrimage ritual. It is, states Campo, preceded by a statement to intention and body purification, inaugural circumambulation of the Kaaba 7 times, running between Marwa and Safa hills, encampment at Mina, standing in Arafat, stoning the 3 minor satanic pillars with at least 49 pebbles. Thereafter, animal sacrifice, and this is followed by farewell circumambulation of the Kaaba. 61, 62. The Muslims who are not on Hajj also perform a simplified ritual animal sacrifice. According to Campo, the animal sacrifice at the annual Islamic festival has origins in Western Arabia in vogue before Islam. 61. The animal sacrifice, states Philip Stewart, is not required by the Quran, but is based on interpretations of other Islamic texts. 63. Goat sacrifice. The Eid al-Adha is major annual festival of animal sacrifice in Islam. In Indonesia alone, for example, some 800,000 animals were sacrificed in 2014 by its Muslims on the festival, but the number can be a bit lower or higher depending on the economic conditions. 64. According to Leslie Hazelton, in Turkey about 2,500,000 sheep, cows and goats are sacrificed each year to observe the Islamic festival of animal sacrifice, with a part of the sacrificed animal given to the needy who did not sacrifice an animal. 65. According to The Independent, nearly 10 million animals are sacrificed in Pakistan every year on Eid. 66, 67. Countries such as Saudi Arabia transport nearly 1 million animals every year for sacrifice to Mina, near Mecca. The sacrificed animals at Eid al-Adha, states Clark Brook, include the 4 species considered lawful for the Hajj sacrifice: sheep, goats, camels and cattle, and additionally, cow-like animals initialing the water buffalo, domesticated banteng and yaks. Many are brought in from North Africa and parts of Asia. 68. Other occasions when Muslims perform animal sacrifice include the Aqiqah, when a child is 7 days old, is shaved and given a name. It is believed that the animal sacrifice binds the child to Islam and offers protection to the child from evil. 62. Killing of animals by Dabihah is ritual slaughter rather than sacrifice. Citation needed. Hinduism. Edit. Further information, Ashvamedha and animal sacrifice in Hinduism. Practices of Hindu animal sacrifice are mostly associated with Shaktism, Shaiva agamas and in currents of folk Hinduism called Kilamaga strongly rooted in local tribal traditions. Animal sacrifices were carried out in ancient times in India. Most Puranas and other scriptures forbid animal sacrifice. 69, 70, 71, 72, though the Uppe Purana, Kalika Purana, describes it in detail. Citation needed. Shaktism traditions. Edit. A male buffalo calf about to be sacrificed by a priest in the Durga Puja festival. The buffalo sacrifice practice, however, is rare in contemporary India. 73. Animal sacrifices are performed mainly at temples following the Shakti school of Hinduism, where the female nature of Brahman is worshipped in the form of Kali and Durga. These traditions are followed in parts of eastern states of India at Hindu temples in Assam and West Bengal, India and Nepal, where goats, chickens and sometimes water buffaloes are sacrificed. Animal sacrifice is a part of Durga Puja celebrations during the Navratri in eastern states of India. The goddess is offered sacrificial animal in this ritual in the belief that it stimulates her violent vengeance against the buffalo demon. 74. According to Christopher Fuller, the animal sacrifice practice is rare among Hindus during Navratri, or at other times, outside the Shaktism tradition found in the eastern Indian states of West Bengal, Odisha, 75, and Assam. Further, even in these states, the festival season is one where significant animal sacrifices are observed. 74. In some Shakta Hindu communities, the slaying of buffalo demon and victory of Durga is observed with a symbolic sacrifice instead of animal sacrifice. 76, 77, Note 1. Animal sacrifice en masse occurs during the 3-day-long Gadimai festival in Nepal. In 2009 it was speculated that more than 250,000 animals were killed, 80, while 5 million devotees attended the festival. 81, however, this practice was later banned in 2015. 82, 83, 84. Rajput traditions. Edit. The Rajput of Rajasthan worship their weapons and horses on Navratri, and formerly offered a sacrifice of a goat to a goddess revered as Kuldevi, a practice that continues in some places. 85, 86. The ritual requires slaying of the animal with a single stroke. In the past this ritual was considered a rite of passage into manhood and readiness as a warrior. 87. The Kuldevi among these Rajput communities is a warrior Pativrata guardian goddess, with local legends tracing reverence for her during Rajput-Muslim wars. 88. The tradition of animal sacrifice is being substituted with vegetarian offerings to the goddess in temples and households around Banaras in northern India. 89. Folk traditions. Edit. In some sacred groves of India, particularly in western Maharashtra, animal sacrifice is practiced to pacify female deities that are supposed to rule the groves. 90. In India, ritual of animal sacrifice is practiced in many villages before local deities or certain powerful and terrifying forms of the Devi. In this form of worship, animals, usually goats, are decapitated and the blood is offered to deity, often by smearing some of it on a post outside the temple. 91. For instance, Kandan Budai is the reigning deity of Kantamal in Bud district of Orissa, India. Every year, animals like goat and fowl are sacrificed before the deity on the occasion of her annual Yatra/Jatra festival, held in the month of Aswina, September-October. The main attraction of Kandan Budai Yatra is Gujari Puja. Gujari means a child pig, which is sacrificed to the goddess every 3 years. Kandan Budai is also worshipped at Latha village under Mohanjayari GP in Kalahandi district of Orissa, India. 92. Paisayat, 2009:2024. Full citation needed. The religious belief of Tabara, a form of animal sacrifice of Balinese Hinduism, includes a religious cockfight where a rooster is used in religious custom by allowing him to fight against another rooster in a religious and spiritual cockfight, a spiritual appeasement exercise of Tabara. 93. The spilling of blood is necessary as purification to appease the evil spirits, and ritual fights follow an ancient and complex ritual as set out in the sacred Lontar manuscripts. 94. Tantric traditions. Edit. Human sacrifice is also mentioned in Hinduism in the Kalika Purana. 95. Chapters 67 through 78 of the text constitute the Rudiradhyaya, which discusses Bali, animal sacrifice, and of Vamakara Tantrism. The Rudyard Kiowa section is notable for its uncommon discussion of human sacrifice. The text states that a human sacrifice may be performed to please the goddess, but only with the consent of prince before a war or cases of imminent danger. Citation needed. However, it was not until 2014 that the National Crime Records Bureau, NCRB, started collecting data on human sacrifice. According to the Bureau, there were 51 cases of human sacrifice spread across 14 states between 2014 and 2016. 95. An alleged case of human sacrifice was recorded as late as 2020. 96. East Asian traditions. Edit. Horse sacrifice to Duke Jing of Qi, 5th century BCE, China. Han Chinese. Edit. Ancient China. Edit. During Shang and Zhou dynasties, the nobles used to practice a complicated and hierarchical sacrificial system, and only the king could sacrifice to heaven and earth and the 4 sacred mountains, including Mount Tai, including his 9 temples for his family. The dukes sacrificed to the altar of land and grain and to the various rivers and streams and mountains in their territory and their family temples. The common person didn't have a temple but sacrificed to their father or grandfather or relevant family in their apartment or house, and could only sacrifice to family because of the burden of the luxurious animals. The noble would sacrifice pigs, goats or sheep, cows, mainly oxen, dogs or wild dogs, and other livestock at different times of the year. In bad years the sacrifices were less. 97. The ancient kings, Confucius and Confucian scholars framed the sacrificing scale of every strata from the Jew system, not including human sacrifice, in the Book of Rites. The names of the offering scales from honorable to low are Tailao, Shaolao, Teshing, Teshi, Tetun, Yu, La, Du, and else. The Tailao class, now only practiced in the ceremony of worshipping Huang Di or Confucius, use whole cows, whole goats and whole pigs in Taiwan. 98. It is said Hu Ji offered a sacrifice with lamb millet and southern wood and black millet wine with fragrant herbs, mainly southern wood. Modern-day China. Edit. Buddhism prohibits all forms of killing, rituals, sacrifices and worship, and Taoism generally prohibit killing of animals. 99, 100, 101. In Kaohsiung, Taiwan, animal sacrifices are banned in Taoist temples. 102. A sacrificed pig on the altar in the ghost festival. A dummy pig made of packs of noodles. Some animal offerings, such as fowl, pigs, goats, fish, or other livestock, are accepted in some Taoism sects and beliefs in Chinese folk religion. The offerings would be placed at the altar or the temple after being slaughtered. The amount sacrificed is up to the worshippers, who can eat all of the offerings after the rite. In folk religion, some regions believe that high-status deities prefer vegetarian food more, while ghosts, low-status gods, and other unknown supernatural spirits like meat. Therefore, whole pigs, whole goats, whole chickens, and whole ducks will be sacrificed in the ghost festival. Some vegetarian believers make dummy pigs or dummy goats from vegetarian food like bread or rice for sacrifice. 103, 104, 105. Japan. Edit. Before Buddhism came to Japan, some Shinto festivals included bear, deer, horse, and green pheasant sacrifice. Citation needed. Iomant, sometimes written as Iamanti, is an Ainu ceremony in which a brown bear is sacrificed. Traditional Sub-Saharan and Afro-American religions. Edit. Animal sacrifice is regularly practiced in traditional African and Afro-American religions. 106, 107. The U.S. Supreme Court's 1993 decision Church of Lukumi Babalu IV. City of Hialeah upheld the right of Santeria adherents to practice ritual animal sacrifice in the United States of America. Likewise in Texas in 2009, legal and religious issues that related to animal sacrifice, animal rights and freedom of religion were taken to the Fifth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in the case of Jose Merced, President Templo Yoruba Omo Orisha Texas, Inc., v. City of Euless. The court ruling that the Merced case of the freedom of exercise of religion was meritorious and prevailing and that Merced was entitled under the Texas Religious Freedom and Restoration Act, TFRA, to an injunction preventing the City of Euless, Texas from enforcing its ordinances that burdened his religious practices relating to the use of animals, 108, C-Tex. Civilian Prac. And REM. Code 110.005, A2. Austronesian. Edit. Uchucks. Edit. Atile. Sedic and Tarako people believe that bad luck or punishments of Uchucks, which refers to any kind of supernatural spirits or ancestors, would infect the relatives. When a member in relatives has violated a taboo or met with misfortune, a ritual will be held. It must be done in the ritual to sacrifice a pig, which means the misfortune and sin would be washed away by the blood, and apologize to the Uchucks with gift. 109. See also. Edit. Animal welfare. Animal worship. Anthrozoology. Bans on ritual slaughter. Folk religion. Human sacrifice. Religious abuse. Self-flagellation. Self-mutilation. Slaughter offering. Notes. Edit. In these cases, Shaktism devotees consider animal sacrifice distasteful, practice alternate means of expressing devotion while respecting the views of others in their tradition. 78. A statue of Asura demon made of flour, or equivalent, is immolated and smeared with vermilion to remember the blood that had necessarily been spilled during the war. 76. 77. Other substitutes include a vegetal or sweet dish considered equivalent to the animal. 79. References. Edit. Homo Nacans, The Anthropology of Ancient Greek Sacrificial Ritual and Myth. Trans. Peter Bing. Berkeley, University of California. 1983. ISBN 0-520-05875-5. Citebook, CS1 maint, others, link. Egyptian religion and the problem of the category sacrifice. Academic.oop.com. Retrieved 6 December, 2022. Jump Up To, A.B. Flores, Diane Victoria, 2003. Funerary Sacrifice of Animals in the Egyptian Predynastic Period, PDF. In Ancient Egypt, Life Wasn't Easy for Elite Pets. National Geographic. 2015. Archived from the original on 29 May 2015. Herodotus, Histories 2.38. 2.39 2.42.41 2.42. Archaeological Institute of America, 2016. Ancient Canaanites imported animals from Egypt. Jones-Aday, Sharon, Van Neer, Wim, Irving, Anton, 2004. Behavior Behind Bones, The Zooarchaeology of Ritual, Religion, Status and Identity. Oxbow Books. pp. 3541. ISBN 1-84217-113-5. C. Michael Hogan, Knossos Field Knots, The Modern Antiquarian, 2007, archived 16 April, 2016, at the Wayback Machine. New funerary and ritual behaviors of the Neolithic Iberian populations discovered. Alert. 25 September, 2020. Jump up to, A.B. Burkert, 1972, pp. 8-9, Google Books. Burkert, 1985, 211-212. For more exotic local forms of sacrifice, see the Lafria, Festival, Xanthika, and Lika. The advantageous division of the animal was supposed to go back to Prometheus' trick on Zeus. Burkert, 1985-211. To some extent different animals were thought appropriate for different deities, from bulls for Zeus and Poseidon to doves for Aphrodite. Burkert, 1985-214. Struck, P.T. 2014. Animals and Divination, in Campbell, G.L. ed. The Oxford Handbook of Animals in Classical Thought and Life, 2014, Oxford University Press. Do 10.1000/Oxford/9780199589425.013.019, online. Burkert, 1985-212. Burkert, 1985-214. Sarah Hitch, King of Sacrifice, Ritual and Royal Authority in the Iliad, online at archived 25 January 2021 at the Wayback Machine, Harvard University's Center for Hellenic Studies. Muley, Carl, 1946. Griechische Brosch. Schwabe. Chadwick, John, 1976. The Mycenaean World. New York, Cambridge University Press. p. 85. ISBN 978-0-521-29037-1. Burkert, 1972, 6-7. Macaulay, 1904:315. Full citation needed. Macaulay, 1904:314. Halm, in Rupk, ed. 239. Jump up to, A.B. Sheed, in Rupk, ed. 26371. Though the household laws do just that, and at least some Romans understood them to be ancestral spirits. Sacrifices to the spirits of deceased mortals are discussed below in Funerals and the Afterlife. Georg Rupk, Religion of the Romans, Polity Press, 2007, originally published in German 2001, p. 81 online. William Ward Fowler, The Religious Experience of the Roman People, London, 1922, p. 191. Robert E. Palmer, The Deconstruction of Momxenon Festus 462/464L, or The Hazards of Interpretation, in Imperium Sine Fine, T. Robert S. Broughton and the Roman Republic, Franz Steiner, 1996, p. 99, note 129 online. Roger D. Woodard, Indo-European Sacred Space, Vedic and Roman Cult, University of Illinois Press, 2006, p. 122 online. The Augustan historian Livy, 8.9.111, says, Publius Decius Mus, Consul 340 BCE. P. Decius Mus is like a piaculum when he makes his vow to sacrifice himself in battle. Devotio. Hahn, Francis Hickson, the 25th of March, 2011. Performing the Sacred, Prayers and Hymns. In Rupk, Georg, ed. A Companion to Roman Religion. John Wiley and Sons. p. 238. ISBN 9781444341317. Beard et al., Vol. 1, 32-36. Gradle, 21, but this need not imply sacrifice as a mutual contract, breached in this instance. Evidently the gods had the greater power and freedom of choice in the matter. See Beard, et al., 34. The gods would accept as sufficient exactly what they were offered, no more, no less. Human error in the previous annual vows and sacrifice remains a possibility. Gradle, 78, 93. Cicero, De Divination, 2 December, 1929. According to Pliny, Natural History 11.186, before 274 BCE the heart was not included among the extra. Robert Schilling, The Roman Religion, in Historia Religionum, Religions of the Past, Brill, 1969, Volume 1, pp. 47172, and Roman Sacrifice, Roman and European Mythologies, University of Chicago Press, 1992, p. 79. John Sheed, An Introduction to Roman Religion, Indiana University Press, 2003, originally published in French 1998, p. 84. Turtle 2004, p. 75. Jump Up To, ABC Kafleshi 2011, p. 55. Turtle 2004, pp. 260, 343-57. Jump Up To, ABC Turtle 2004, pp. 343-41. Turtle 2004, p. 260. Jump Up To, A.B. Green, Miranda, 2002. Animals in Celtic Life and Myth. Routledge. pp. 94-96. Green, pp.109-110. Scott, Rose Ann, 2006. Uisnich Media Medoniran, a prehistoric cult center and royal site in Company. Westmeath. Journal of Irish Archaeology, Issue 15. pp.39-46. Davidson, Hilda Ellis, 1988. Myths and Symbols in Pagan Europe, Early Scandinavian and Celtic Religions. Syracuse University Press. pp. 60-61. Koch, John, 2006. Celtic Culture, A Historical Encyclopedia. ABCCLIO. p. 612. MacCulloch, John Arnott, 1911. The Religion of the Ancient Celts. Chapter 18, Festivals. Hutton, Ronald. The Stations of the Sun, A History of the Ritual Year in Britain. Oxford University Press, 1996. p.386. MacNeil, Mer. The Festival of Lugnasa, A Study of the Survival of the Celtic Festival of the Beginning of Harvest. Oxford University Press, 1962. pp.407, 410. Magnell, Ola, 2012. Sacred Cows or Old Beasts. A taphonomic approach to studying ritual killing with an example from Iron Age Upper. In Pluskowski, Alexander, ed. The Ritual Killing and Burial of Animals, European Perspectives. Oxbow Books. p. 195. ISBN 978-1-84217-444-9. Davidson, Hilda Ellis, 1988. Myths and Symbols in Pagan Europe, Early Scandinavian and Celtic Religions. Syracuse University Press. p. 59. Jump up to, A.B. Zotti, ed., ed. The 17th of April, 2003. Why do Jews no longer sacrifice animals? The Straight Dope. Rabbi Zalman Kravitz. Jews for Judaism. Archived from the original on the 30th of March, 2016. Retrieved the 24th of April, 2016. Judaism 101, Korbanot, Sacrifices and Offerings. What is the Tabernacle of Moses? Archived from the original on the 27th of April, 2016. Retrieved the 24th of April, 2016. Barton 1903, p9. Jump up to, A.B. Kovalchuk, 2008, p163. Kovalchuk, 2008, pp. 16263. Maya and Catholic Religious Syncretism at Chamula, Mexico. Vagabondjourney.com, the 26th of November, 2011. Retrieved the 12th of February, 2014. Traditional Festivals. 2. MZ. ABCCLIO. 2005 p132. ISBN 978-1576070895. Baumba, Elias Kiffin. The Huyler Blackwell Companion to African Religions. Huyler.com p327. Jump up to, ABC Juan Campo, 2009. Encyclopedia of Islam. Infobase Publishing. p342. ISBN 978-1-4381-2696-8. Bowen, John R. 1992. On Scriptural Essentialism and Ritual Variation, Muslim Sacrifice in Sumatra and Morocco. American Ethnologist. 19, 4. Huyler Blackwell, 65671. Do 10.1055/A.1992.19.4.020000020. Jump up to, A.B. Juan Campo, 2009. Encyclopedia of Islam. Infobase Publishing. p282. ISBN 978-1-4381-2696-8. Jump up to, A.B. Edward Holmes, 2013. Ian Richard Netton, ed. Encyclopedia of Islamic Civilization and Religion. Taylor and Francis. pp. 248-49. ISBN 978-1-135-17967-0. Philip J. Stewart, 1979, Islamic Law as a Factor in Grazing Management, The Pilgrimage Sacrifice, The Commonwealth Forestry Review, Volume 58, No. 1, 175, March 1979, pp. 27-31. Animal sacrifice in the world's largest Muslim-majority nation, The Wall Street Journal, the 23rd of September, 2015. Leslie Hazelton, 2008. Mary. Bloomsbury Publishing. p41. ISBN 978-1-59691-799-6. 8 Al-Adha 2016, When is it and why does it not fall on the same date every year? Harriet A. Jahome, The Independent, the 6th of September, 2016. Zeddy, Farah, Chen, Ksushin, 2011. A preliminary survey of carrion breeding insects associated with the Eid al-Azha festival in remote Pakistan. Forensic Science International. 209, 13. Elsevier BV, 18694. Do 10.1016/j.Fuskiint.2011.01.027. PMID 21330071. Brook, Clark, 1987. Sacred Slaughter, the Sacrificing of Animals at the Hajj and Eid al-Adha. Journal of Cultural Geography. 7, 2. Taylor and Francis, 6788. Do 10.1080/088736387094788508. Quote, Eid al-Adha's lawful sacrificial offerings include the 4 species prescribed for Hajj sacrifice: sheep, goats, camels and cattle, and additionally, cow-like animals initialing the water buffalo, domesticated banteng and yaks. To meet market demands for sacrificial animals, pastoralists in northern Africa and southwestern Asia increased their flocks and overstocked grazing land, consequently accelerating the deterioration of biotic resources. Price, Rod, 2001. Animals and Nature, Cultural Myths, Cultural Realities. UBC Press. p. 202. ISBN 978-0774807241. Kemmerer, Lisa, Nosella, Anthony J. 2011. Call to Compassion, Reflections on Animal Advocacy from the World's Religions. Lantern Books. p. 60. ISBN 978-1590562819. Stevens, Alan Andrew, Walden, Raphael Walden, 2006. For the Sake of Humanity. Brill. p. 69. ISBN 90041411251. Smith, David Whitten, B. Elizabeth Geraldine, January 2007. Understanding World Religions, A Roadmap for Justice and Peace. Rowman and Littlefield. p. 13. ISBN 978-0742550551. Christopher John Fuller, 2004. The Camphor Flame, Popular Hinduism and Society in India. Princeton University Press. p. 141. ISBN 0-691-12048-X. Jump Up To, A.B. Christopher John Fuller, 2004. The Camphor Flame, Popular Hinduism and Society in India. Princeton University Press. pp. 46, 83-85. ISBN 0-691-12048-X. Hardenberg, Roland, 2000. Viz News Sleep, Mahissa's Attack, Durga's Victory, Concepts of Royalty in a Sacrificial Drama, PDF. Journal of Social Science. 267. Retrieved 29 September 2015. Jump Up To, A.B. Hilary Rodriguez 2003, pp. 27778. Jump Up To, A.B. June McDaniel 2004, pp. 20405. I.A. Katznelson, Gareth Stidman Jones, 2010. Religion and the Political Imagination. Cambridge University Press. p. 343. ISBN 978-1-139-49317-8. Rachel Fell McDermott, 2011. Revelry, Rivalry, and Longing for the Goddesses of Bengal, The Fortunes of Hindu Festivals. Columbia University Press. pp. 20405. ISBN 978-0-231-12919-0. Olivia Lang in Berryappa, the 24th of November, 2009. Hindu sacrifice of 250,000 animals begins. The Guardian. London. Retrieved the 13th of August, 2012. Ritual animal slaughter begins in Nepal. CNN. The 24th of November, 2009. Retrieved the 13th of August, 2012. Ramchandra Shah. Gadimai Temple Trust Chairman, Mr. Ramchandra Shah, on the decision to stop holding animal sacrifices during the Gadimai festival. Later the trust denied the decision. As per trust, such decision was obtained forcefully by animal right. Trust said it is not in our hand to stop the sacrifice, it is up to people, as trust or priest never ask devotee to offer sacrifice. It is their soul and self-decision. PDF. Humane Society International. Retrieved the 29th of July, 2015. Meredith, Charlotte, the 29th of July, 2015. Thousands of animals have been saved in Nepal as mass slaughter is cancelled. Vice News. Vice Media, Incorporated. Retrieved the 29th of July, 2015. Kumar Yadav, Praveen, Tripathi, Ritesh, the 29th of July, 2015. Gadimai Trust dismisses reports on animal sacrifice ban. Archived from the original on the 27th of June, 2018. Retrieved the 26th of August, 2018. Harlan, Lindsay, 2003. The Goddess's Henchman Gender in Indian Hero Worship. Oxford, UA, Oxford University Press. pp. 45 with footnote 55, 58-59. ISBN 978-0195154269. Retrieved the 14th of October, 2016. Hiltibital, Alf, Erndl, Kathleen M. 2000. Is the Goddess a Feminist? The Politics of South Asian Goddesses. Sheffield, England, Sheffield Academic Press. p. 77. ISBN 978-0814736197. Harlan, Lindsay, 1992. Religion and Rajput Women. Berkeley, California, University of California Press. pp. 61, 88. ISBN 0-520-07339-8. Harlan, Lindsay, 1992. Religion and Rajput Women. Berkeley, CA, University of California Press. pp. 10708. ISBN 0-520-07339-8. Rodriguez, Hilary, 2003. Ritual Worship of the Great Goddess, the Liturgy of the Durga Puja with Interpretation. Albany, NY, State University of New York Press. p. 215. ISBN 07914-5399-5. Retrieved the 26th of October, 2015. Gadgil, M. V. D. Vartak, 1975. Sacred Groves of India, PDF. Journal of the Bombay Natural History. 72, 2-314. James G. Lochtefeld, 2002. The Illustrated Encyclopedia of Hinduism, A.M. The Rosen Publishing Group. p. 41. ISBN 978-0823931798. Archived copy, PDF. Archived, PDF, from the original on the 18th of March, 2012. Retrieved 2015-02-18. Site web, CS1 maint, archived copy as title, link. Bali Today, Love and Social Life by Jean Coutu, italp.129 Coutu, Jean, 2008. Bali Today, Love and Social Life. Kipustakan Popular Gramedia. ISBN 9789799101150. Elliott, Joshua, Capaldi, Liz, Bickersteth, Jane, 2001. Indonesia. Footprint Handbooks. p. 450. ISBN 1900949512. Jump Up To, A.B. Bhattacharya, Eritrea, 6 November 2018. Does Goddess Kali really demand human sacrifice to slay demons? The Kint. Retrieved 24 May 2021. Rajaram, R. 3 June 2020. Murder Gets Human Sacrifice Color. The Hindu. Pudukkottai, Kasturi and Sons. Retrieved 24 May 2021. Herbert Pluckow, 1996. Archaic Chinese Sacrificial Practices in the Light of Generative Anthropology. Anthropoetics. Retrieved 22 July 2021. As we have learned above, Shang dynasty sacrifice consisted in humans and animals and, to a lesser extent, wine and food, millet, and sometimes, as practiced later in Japan, tools, weapons and clothing. Sacrificial animals included dogs, traditionally interpreted as guides for the spirits, to help them during their hunts, and also sheep, oxen and pigs. In Chinese. Taipei Confucius Temple Governing Board. Retrieved 19 July 2021. 195. Archived 31 March 2012, at the Wayback Machine. Archived 6 March 2016, at the Wayback Machine. Archived 22 April 2010, at the Wayback Machine. West BBS / Mave 91 / Archived from the original on 12 August 2011. Retrieved 28 August 2011. 2 archived 13 March 2012, at the Wayback Machine. Archived 5 July 2007, at the Wayback Machine. Marie José Alcide Saint Lot, 2003. Voda, A Sacred Theatre, The African Heritage in Haiti. Educavision Incorporated p. 14. ISBN 978-1584321774. In Seoul, T. Talency Animal Sacrifice and Its Archaeological Implications, pp. 23134. Archived 22 October 2016, at the Wayback Machine. Full text of the opinion courtesy of findlaw.com. In Chinese. Retrieved 22 July 2021. Gaia. Bibliography. Edit. Hilary Rodriguez, 2003. Ritual worship of the Great Goddess, the Liturgy of the Durga Puja with Interpretations. SUNY Press. ISBN 978-0-7914-8844-7. June McDaniel, 2004. Offering Flowers, Feeding Skulls, Popular Goddess Worship in West Bengal. Oxford University Press. ISBN 978-0-19-534713-5. Barak, Somistha, 2009. Bali Yatra of Sanepa in Orissa Review, Volume LXVI, No. 2, September, pp. 160-62. Burkert, Walter, 1972, Homonacans pp. 622. Burkert, Walter, 1985, Greek Religion, Archaic and Classical, Harvard University Press, ISBN 0674362810. Jews, Ingvild Silid. Animals, Gods, and Humans, Changing Ideas to Animals in Greek, Roman, and Early Christian Ideas. London, New York, Routledge, 2006. **Pasiot, c. 2003, Glimpses of Tribal and Folk Culture, New Delhi, Anmol Publications Pvt. Limited, pp. 67-84. Insol, T. 2010. Talency Animal Sacrifice and Its Archaeological Implications. World Archaeology 42, 23144. Garnsey, Peter. Food and Society in Classical Antiquity. Cambridge, Cambridge University Press, 1999. Kovalchuk, Ekaterina, 2008. The Insignia of Saint Sophia, Animal Sacrifice in a Christian Context. Scrinium. 4. 1153-210.10117565-90000183. S2 SID 1914105992. Pasiot, c. 2009, Khandan Budai in Orissa Review, Volume LXVI, No. 2, September, pp. 2024. Petropoula, MZ. 2008, Animal Sacrifice in Ancient Greek Religion, Judaism, and Christianity, 100 BC to AD 200, Oxford Classical Monographs, Oxford University Press, ISBN 978-0-19-921854-7. Kafleshi, Muharrem, 2011. Opahadi Goranda Shekaj, Opahar and Gora During Centuries. Albinological Institute of Pristina. ISBN 978-9951-596-51-0. Rose Ivak, Vincent J. The System of Public Sacrifice in 4th Century Athens. Atlanta, G.A., Scholars Press, 1994. Ad-Turta, Mark, 2004. Petri Bejani, ed. Mytologia Shqiptare, in Albanian. Tirana, Mesonjetaja. ISBN 99927-938-9-9. Show. V. T. E. Animal Rights. Hyde. Topics, Overviews, Concepts, Issues, Cases. Overviews. Animal Rights Movement. Animal rights by country or territory. Anarchism and animal rights. Animal rights and punk subculture. Animal cruelty Holocaust analogies. Animal rights in Indian religions. Christianity and animal rights. History of animal rights. List of international animal welfare conventions. Moral status of animals in the ancient world. Timeline of animal welfare and rights. Total liberation. Universal Declaration on Animal Welfare. Concepts. Abolitionism. Ahimsa. Animal cognition. Animal consciousness. Animal ethics. Animal industrial complex. Animal law. Animal protectionism. Animal welfare. Animal-free agriculture. Anthrozoology. Argument from marginal cases. Cambridge Declaration on Consciousness. Conism. Equal consideration of interests. Emotion in animals. Ethics of eating meat. Ethics of uncertain sentience. Ethology. Insects in ethics. Meat paradox. Nonviolence. Open rescue. Opposition to hunting. Personism. Replaceability argument. Sentiocentrism. Speciesism. Veganism. Vegaphobia. Vegetarianism. Issues. Animal agriculture. Animal product. Battery cage. Bile-bear. Chick culling. Concentrated animal feeding operation. Fish farming. Fur farming. Fur trade. Insect farming. Intensive animal farming. Intensive pig farming. Livestock. Poultry farming. Slaughterhouse. Wildlife farming. Working animal. Feedback, pork industry. Foam depopulation. Ventilation shutdown. Animal testing. Alternatives to animal testing. Animal testing on non-human primates. Animal testing regulations. Great ape research ban. Green scare. Huntingdon Life Sciences. Model organism. Nufavani. Operation Backfire. Vivisection. Animal welfare. Animal euthanasia. Cruelty to animals. Pain in animals. Pain in amphibians. Pain in cephalopods. Pain in crustaceans. Pain in fish. Pain in invertebrates. Pain and suffering in laboratory animals. Welfare of farmed insects. Fishing. Commercial fishing. Fishing bait. Recreational fishing. Wild animals. Culling wildlife. Hare coursing. Hunting. International primate trade. Ivory trade. Predation problem. Seal hunting. Wild animal suffering. Wildlife management. Other. Abandoned pets. Animal sacrifice. Animal slaughter. Animal trial. Animals in sport. Live food. Live export. Cases. Brown dog affair. Cambridge University primates. McLibel case. Monkey selfie copyright dispute. Pit of despair. Shark. Silver Spring monkeys. University of California, Riverside 1985 laboratory raid. Unnecessary fuss. War of the currents. Methodologies. Direct action everywhere. Hunt sabotage. Observances. World Animal Day. World Day for the End of Speciesism. World Day for Laboratory Animals. World Day for the End of Fishing. Show. Advocates, academics, writers, activists. Academics. And writers. Contemporary. Carol J. Adams. Aisha Akhtar. Kristen Andrews. Tom Beecham. Mark Beckhoff. Stephen Best. Paula Cavalieri, Stephen R. L. Clark, Alastair Cochrane, J. M. Coacy, Alice Crary, David de Grazier, Daniel Dombrowski, Sue Donaldson, Josephine Donovan, Joan Dunnea, Milan Engel, Katia Faria, Lawrence Finson, Gary L. Franchen, Robert Garner, Vela Ejiras, Laurie Gruen, John Hadley, Oscar Horter, Dale Jamieson, Kyle Johansson, Melanie Joy, Hilda Keane, Wilkheim Licker, Renan LaRue, Thomas Lepeltier, Andrew Lindsay, Claire Lindsay, Dan Lyons, David Nibert, Martha Nussbaum, Claire Palmer, Charles Patterson, David Pierce, Jessica Pierce, Evelyn Pluhar, Mark Rowlands, Richard D. Ryder, Steve F. Supensis, Jeff Sabo, Jerome Siegel, Peter Singer, Gary Steiner, Cass Sunstein, David Steibel, Michael Ty, Tatiana Vyak, Paul Wildau, Corey Lee Wren, Historical, Jeremy Bentham, David Renaud Boalia, Stephen St. C. Bostock, Bridget Brophy, Peter Buchan, Mona Ked, Priscilla Conn, Henry Crow, Herman Daggett, Richard Dean, Wilhelm Dietler, William Hamilton Drummond, Edward Pizen Evans, T. Forster, John Galsworthy, Thomas G. Gentry, Arthur Helps, John Heildrop, John Zephaniah Holwell, Soame Jennings, Carl Christian Friedrich Krause, John Lawrence, Charles R. McGill, Jean Mislier, Mary Midgley, J. Howard Moore, Jose Ferreira Mora, Leonard Nelson, Edward Nicholson, Siobhan Sullivan, Rod Preece, Humphrey Primat, James Rachels, Tom Regan, Nathaniel Peabody Rogers, Bernard Rowling, Henry Stevens Salt, Arthur Schopenhauer, Lawrence Smith, John Stiles, Thomas Trian, Gary Varner, Johann Friedrich Ludwig Volkmann, Mary Ann Warren, Adam Gottlieb Weigen, Johann Heinrich Winkler, Stephen M. Wise, John Wynne Tyson, Voltaire. Activists. Contemporary. James Aspie, Greg Avery, Matt Ball, Martin Ballach, Carol Baskin, Barbie Twins, Bridget Bardot, Jean Bohr, Yves Bonadel, Joey Carbstrong, Amaric Caron, Jake Conroy, Rod Coronado, Karen Dawn, Krista Rose, John Feldman, Bruce Friedrich, Juliette Gelatli, Tal Gilbo, Antoine Goaskell, Mark Gold, Bridget Gauthier, Wayne Seung, Charlotte Laws, Ronnie Lee, Howard Leman, Evan Lynch, Bill Mayer, Keith Mann, Jim Mason, Dan Matthews, Joanne MacArthur, Louisa Mell, Virginia McKenna, Morrissey, Ingrid Newkirk, Heather Nicholson, Jack Norris, Rika Barry, David Olivier, Alex Pacheco, Craig Rosebrough, Nathan Runkle, Jasmine Singer, Kim Stalwood, Linda Stoner, Mary Anthiam, Darren Thurston, Christine Townend, Wendy Turner Webster, Jerry Vlasak, Louise Wallace, Gary Yourofsky. That Vegan Teacher. Historical. Cleveland Amory, Henry B. Amos, Bob Barker, Ernest Bell, Edith Carrington, Francis Power Cobb, Joan Court, Karen Davis, Royal Dixon, Muriel Dowding, Elizabeth Farians, M. Errol Freschel, Andre Giraud, Louis Gumpertz, James Granger, Barry Horn, Marie Huot, Lizzie Linduff Haseby, Jessie Mackay, Norm Phelps, Jill Phipps, Maud Ingersoll Probasco, Hans Ruesch, Nell Shipman, Henry Spera, Andrew Tyler, Gretchen Weiler. Show. Movement, groups, parties. Groups. Contemporary. American Anti-Vivisection Society. Animal Aid. Animal Ethics. Animal Justice. Animal Justice Project. Animal Legal Defense Fund. Animal Liberation. Animal Liberation Front. Animal Rising. Animanaturalists. Anti-Vivisection Coalition. Anonymous for the Voiceless. Beauty Without Cruelty. Born Free Foundation. Center for Animals and Social Justice. Chinese Animal Protection Network. Cruelty Free International. Direct Action Everywhere. Doctors Against Animal Experiments. Equanimal. Every Animal. Farm Animal Rights Movement. Faunalytics. Great Ape Project. Hunt Saboteurs Association. In Defense of Animals. Career Animal Rights Advocates. L214. Last Chance for Animals. Massachusetts Animal Rights Coalition. Mercy for Animals. Oxford Center for Animal Ethics. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Rise for Animals. Sentience Politics. Uncaged Campaigns. United Activists for Animal Rights. United. Poultry Concerns. UPF Center for Animal Ethics. Viva. Voice for Animals Humane Society. Historical. Canadian Anti-Vivisection Society. Humanitarian League, 1891–1919. Millennium Guild. Oxford Group. Parties. Animal Justice Party, Australia. Animal Politics EU, Europe. Animal Protection Party of Canada, Canada. Animal Justice Party of Finland, Finland. Animals Party, Sweden. Animalist Movement, Italy. Animalist Party with the Environment, Spain. Dire Animal, Belgium. Human Environment Animal Protection Party, Germany. Italian Animalist Party, Italy. Party for the Animals, Netherlands. People Animals Nature, Portugal. V Party Cubed, Germany. Activism. Animal Rights National Conference. Show. Media, books, films, periodicals, albums. Books. On Abstinence from Eating Animals, 3rd century. Moral Inquiries on the Situation of Man and of Brutes, 1824. The Rights of Animals, 1838. The Ethics of Diet, 1883. Animals' Rights, 1892. Evolutional Ethics and Animal Psychology, 1897. Better World Philosophy, 1899. The Universal Kinship, 1906. The New Ethics, 1907. Animals, Men and Morals, 1971. Animal Liberation, 1975. The Case for Animal Rights, 1983. Morals, Reason, and Animals, 1987. Zoos and Animal Rights, 1993. Animals, Property, and the Law, 1995. The Lives of Animals, 1999. Eternal Treblinka, 2001. Do Animals Have Rights? 2005. Striking at the Roots, 2008. An American Trilogy, 2009. An Introduction to Animals and Political Theory, 2010. Animal Rights Without Liberation, 2012. Political Animals and Animal Politics, 2014. Animal, Liberation, 2016. Sentientist Politics, 2018. Wild Animal Ethics, 2020. Animal Ethics in the Wild, 2022. Making a Stand for Animals, 2022. Films. The Animals Film, 1981. A Cow at My Table, 1998. Shores of Silence, 2000. The Witness, 2000. Meet Your Meat, 2002. Legally Blonde 2, 2003. The Matrix, 2003. Peaceable Kingdom, 2004. Earthlings, 2005. Behind the Mask, 2006. Your Mommy Kills Animals, 2007. The Cove, 2009. Peaceable Kingdom, The Journey Home, 2009. Forks Over Knives, 2011. Vegucated, 2011. An Apology to Elephants, 2013. Speciesism, the Movie, 2013. The Ghosts in Our Machine, 2013. Unlocking the Cage, 2016. Dominion, 2018. Seaspiracy, 2021. Periodicals. Journals. Animal Sentience. Between the Species. Cayas Antispecists. Etica and Animali. Journal of Animal Ethics. Relations. Beyond Anthropocentrism. The Animal's Defender. Magazines. Archangel. Bite Back. Muatoxin Kivat. No Compromise. Satya. Albums. Animal Liberation, 1987. Tame Yourself, 1991. Manifesto, 2008. Salvation of Innocence, 2014. Onward to Freedom, 2014. Fairs and Exhibitions. Holocaust on Your Plate, 2003. Category, 139. Retrieved from https://en.wikipedia.org/w/index.php title =animal_sacrifice &olded =12578357444. Categories. Animal sacrifice. Animal rights. Cruelty to animals. Hidden categories. CS1 maint, others. Web archive template Wayback Links. All articles with incomplete citations. Articles with incomplete citations from August 2021. CS1 maint, archived copy as title. CS1 Chinese language sources, ZH. Articles with short description. Short description is different from Wikidata. Articles containing Albanian language text. All articles with unsourced statements. Articles with unsourced statements from April 2017. Articles with unsourced statements from December 2021. Articles with incomplete citations from January 2015. Articles with unsourced statements from May 2021. Articles with unsourced statements from April 2023. CS1 Albanian Language Sources, Square. This page was last edited on the 16th of November, 2024, at 21:48 UTC. Text is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 4.0 license. Additional terms may apply. By using this site, you agree to the terms of use and privacy policy. Wikipedia registered trademark symbol is a registered trademark of the Wikimedia Foundation, Inc., a non-profit organization. Privacy policy. About Wikipedia. Disclaimers. Contact Wikipedia. Code of conduct. Developers. Statistics. Cookie statement. Mobile view. Edit preview settings. Capture. Drag to outliner or upload. Close. OK, done. Private group. Save cancel. Plus share to a new group. And share to a new group. Post cancel. Post cancel. 1.00x. Sign up. Or sign in. Paperpile.com. Close. Midnight. Set as private. Anonymous. Save URL as clip. Read later. Article. Images. Hide app. My workspaces. Comments. Midnight. Comments. Midnight. Comments. Midnight.